Hi guys, this is a new week, so we're going to be looking at the pairs this week. Let's start with US 30. We'll come on the monthly time frame, as you know. When we come on the monthly time frame, what is price saying on the monthly time frame? We have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction. This is looking like a push, and this is also looking like a correction for the continuation to the upside. On the monthly time frame, it's looking quite clean because this is a major level. This is a major rejection around this area. So it's coming back to test structure. If you see the nature at which the market is moving is quite clean as well. So I will not be looking for the sell in this scenario because the sell is already here. So the market came back to test the structure around this key area. This is a retest of structure around this level. This is a retest of structure around this level as well. This is also going to be a retest of structure around this level. That is what we are looking at on the monthly time frame as of the moment. So on the monthly time frame, we are looking, I will be leaning towards the bullish aspect. Then I will be patient for this trade. Then on the weekly time frame, however, when we come to our weekly time frame, you're going to see the nature at which price is moving. Then we're going to be looking at coming for the price to come back to test the structure. So I'm looking for a rejection around this region, then for a continuation to the downside, but it's no longer interested in the sell in this trade as of the moment. I will be looking for the buy. I'll be patiently waiting for the buy. So I'm going to be placing a pending order. Then I'm going to put my stop loss below this level. Going to be placing a pending order, then put my stop loss around this area. Then my entrance is going to be here and my take profit is going to be here. So I'm looking for the buy. I'm no longer interested in the sell because if I wanted to take the sell, I would have taken it from this area, from this level. So I was not looking at US 30 because this was quite consolidative already. I remember telling that this is quite consolidative previously. So right now the market is looking bearish because of this exhaustion pattern. The way at which the market went towards this area is called exhaustion. This is an exhaustion pattern on US 30. So I'm looking for a push to this place and a push back up. Then when we come to our daily time frame, what am I going to be expecting on the daily time frame? Just the same as the market push up from this place. So we're going to have a significant push, then a correction. It's just going to happen the same way here. There's going to maybe you might not get it. So there's going to be a push, then correction, then continuation to the upside. So that's what is going to most likely happen in this area. So we have this sell is not looking good. It's not the kind of sell that I'm going to trade. That's why I'm looking for the buy, not the sell. On a normal day, I'll be looking for a sell, but this sell is not good. It's not tradable. This is not tradable. So that's why I'm looking for the buy. The next bit that I'm going to be checking is JPY basket. JPY basket is all the JPY pairs. If you're interested in trading JPY pairs, then you're going to be looking at JPY basket, just like DXY and Euro USD. So JPY basket is a combination of all the JPY pairs. So this is what I'm looking at on JPY basket. On the monthly time frame, the price is looking bearish. Everything is looking bearish. Then when we come back to our weekly time frame, what is price looking like on the weekly time frame? The price is still looking bearish on the weekly time frame. There's no sign of a continuation yet. To the upside is still looking bearish, and this is also looking like a retest of structure around this area. So it's looking like a retest of structure around this area. So we're going to be seeing what price is going to be doing at the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, however, let's see what price is doing. Um, it's looking like a retest. Let's see what price is doing on the daily time frame. This is what the daily time frame is doing. Let's see the nature of the previous correction. If you check the nature of the previous correction, this is what we have: push, correction, push, correction, push, correction. And this is looking like a serious push, then a double top, and this is looking like a correction. So this is looking like a retest of structure as well. This is looking like a structure, the mid-range zone. It's looking like a structure around this area. So if we have a red candle printing here, then we're going to have a continuation to the downside most likely. Then I'm not looking for bullish as of the moment. I'm still looking towards bearish momentum as of the moment. So when we begin to have red candles around this area, then we're going to most likely see a significant push towards the downside. Then those other pairs are going to be looking bullish. However, if we have a break of this mid-range zone region around this area, we have a push towards the upside, then most likely we're going to be seeing bearish momentum on GDP JPY, Euro JPY. So it's all about this green line around this area. If we have a break above, then there's going to be a change of structure. If we have a break above, then we're going to be seeing a sell on GDP JPY. Euro JPY is going to be a sell as well. But if we have a continuation to the downside, then we're going to be seeing a buy on the JPY pairs. So that's my thought on JPY basket. Then the next pair that I'm going to be checking, let's check GDP JPY. GDP JPY, on the other hand, this is what I'm looking. I'm still considering, although it's not yet giving me a good confirmation yet. When we go to our monthly time frame, what am I looking at on the monthly time frame? It still feel like this is not good enough. This correction is not good enough. I don't know why, because there has been a significant push towards the upside around this region, and I am kind of still skeptical about this buying momentum. I feel like this market still needs to correct some more because of the nature of this push towards the upside. So, and the last month gave us an indecision candle. Then so we had a retest of this week around this area. I was looking for a deeper correction rather than this weak rejection. I don't know why. I just feel like it's not a good enough correction towards the downside. So when we come to our weekly time frame, what are we going to be seeing on the weekly time frame? Although the candle really look as of the moment, the candle look still bullish as of the moment, but I'm still kind of considering this level, as there is still a necessity for it to push towards this downside. So there's still a necessity for the price to push towards the downside. So I'm looking for a break of this counter trend line, or I'm going to be waiting until next week. If I see several consolidation around this area, this correction is not good enough. Why is it not good enough? I want a correction like this. This is looking too simple. I want a kind of a complex correction like this, around this area. If I see multiple complex correction around this area, then I'm going to be looking for a sell. But this correction is kind of too simple and too easy compared to this one. There are multiple candles around this area. So depending on what I see around this area, is what is going to determine if the break of the counter trend line is going to lead to the continuation to the downside. So that's my thought. And this is also looking like a triple top around this area. This is a corrective structure around this area. So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards the downside to correct to this area. That's my thought on GDP JPY as of the moment. Then that's what so if we're having a sell on GDP JPY, then JPY basket is going to be looking bullish. But if we're having a buy on GDP JPY, then JPY basket is going to be looking bearish. So that's my thought on GDP JPY pairs. So then the next pair that I'll be going is DXY. What is DXY doing? DXY, remember, we'll come to a monthly time frame. What am I looking on DXY on the monthly time frame? It's structural bias, structural basis. We are looking at structural basis. We have this structure that push up this several consolidation around this area that push the market upwards. Then we have several consolidation around this area that push the market upwards. Then we have correct consolidation like this. So this consolidation is looking also like this consolidation around here for continuation to the upside. So as of the moment, the price has already on this mid-range zone region, the price has already formed a triple bottom around this area. And it's looking like a push towards the upside. There's a trend line running from this area to this area. There's a trend line around this region. So this is the trend line around this area. So the price has already broken the trend line. So that is already solved. So I am looking for the XY bullish as of the moment, but there is an important level, not a major level, but this is also a strong level. Why is there a strong level? There's several rejection around this area. There's a rejection around this area. There's a rejection around this area. There's multiple rejection around this area. So that is a strong level to me. No, semi-strong level compared to this one here and this one here. So I'll be watching the market carefully because it's around this area, around this strong bullish candle that this market also formed the sell bears around this area and push back down, push up, then push back down again, then push up. This is the third push up. So we're going to be looking what the market is going to do. Then when we come to our weekly time frame, what am I looking at on the weekly time frame? Remember, I'm looking at nature of the previous correction and weekly support level, weekly support or resistance level, nature of the previous correction and weekly support or resistance level. So where am I looking at in this DXY? The latest weekly resistance level that I'm going to be looking at is this level around this area. Then this is the semi-major zone that I was talking about. So are we going to see price reject back to this area for a continuation to the upside? That's what we're going to be looking at in the coming week. So DXY is bullish, Euro USD is going to be bearish for sure. But we're just going to be looking for the pullback. How would the market pull back? How would the market react? So let's look at daily time frame. On the daily time frame, however, we saw the nature of the previous correction. This is the pullback. This is a pullback. This is a pullback. So I'm kind of expecting either this pullback, or this pullback. So I'll be very careful because this is an important level. So I'm expecting a series of pullback before I'm going to enter for a continuation to the upside. Definitely Euro USD is looking very, very bullish as of the moment, most especially during this war. So I'm expecting a pullback. I'm just looking for a pullback. Once I get a pullback, then we're going to be having a continuation to the upside. But if we don't have a pullback around this area, if we have a break above, then we must have a correction back to this area for continuation to the upside. So these are the two things I'm looking at: a pullback to this area for a continuation to the upside, or break above, then pull back, continuation to the upside. That's what I'm looking at on the XY. Then the next pair that I'm going to be checking is this is how I'm going to be expecting the market to react. So it's going to be long around this area, around this region. I'm going to be putting my long position around this area. Then stop loss is going to be, my long position is going to be around this area. My long position is going to be around this area. Then stop loss. Most likely the market is going to get here. Then stop loss is going to be just little around this area. Then first TP is going to be here. If the market correct like this, then first TP is going to be here. But if the market break above, then I'm going to be looking for a break above or close above, then a correction downwards for a continuation to the upside. That's my take on on DXY as of the moment. Let's look at Euro USD. What is Euro USD is going to be doing? So most likely Euro USD is going to be inverted DXY. So let's look at what Euro USD is doing on its own. So because we have triple bottom around this area that push the market downward, this triple bottom pushed the market upward, this double bottom was what brought the market downward. So initially I was expecting that this was a series of correction, a series of consolidation around this area. Because if we have a head, left shoulder, and no right shoulder, normally price normally come back to test the neckline. So that's why I still place my support level at the neckline region, because that is where once we have a break of the structure, this major zone, the next level target is going to be around the neckline region. So which price already did break already as of the moment. We have a break, but we don't have a close, a monthly close yet, but we have a weekly close. So as of the moment, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking for a push, a pullback. I'm looking for a pullback, a weak rejection for a pullback, then a continuation to the downside. So this is what I'm looking at. Next level target for this pair, we're bearish. Next level target for this pair is going to be around this region. So how am I going to take this sell position? So I'll be looking for a pullback. The nature at which the price pulled back initially, this is a major region around this area that pushed the market upwards. This is a major reason that held the market around this region. This is a major region around this area that held the market downward, that pushed the market downward. So this is looking like an important region to me for the market to come back to test. So if we have a push above, towards this region, then a drop towards the downside. So it's just the same thing that I was looking at on DXY just now. So if we have a push above, then a test around this region, then we are going to be having a drop towards the downside. However, if we have a total collapse around this region, then we have a retest of this major zone around this area, then we have a drop towards the downside. So this is how I'm going to be expecting to be placing my trade. My trade is going to be like this. This is what I'm looking at. Every test of this area, then I'm going to be placing a sell around this region, then a drop. But if the market did not come back to retest this area, we have a total collapse, then we're going to have a little pullback to this area, then a continuation to the sell. So if the market comes like this, I'm going to be happy. But if the market continue going down, then we are going to have a pullback to this area for a continuation to the sell. We're going to be looking for a correction like this. We're going to be looking for a correction like this around this area for a continuation to the downside. That's my take on Euro USD as at the moment. Then the next pair that I'm going to be checking is oil, Brent oil. Brent oil is looking bullish to me as of the moment. We'll come back to our monthly time frame. What am I looking at on the monthly time frame? We're looking at several corrections, predicted all this, double bottom that pushed the market upward. We have a significant break above, a close above around this region. We have a significant break above this region as well. So price is currently testing almost the previous high on oil. So this is a significant level. We have a major push towards the upside. So price is looking very, very bullish as of the moment. So what am I going to be looking? How am I going to be taking this trade? This trade is looking significantly bullish as of the moment. No correction at all. No correction at all. So I still think the price is bullish. So oil, I'm going to be a little bit patient on oil because I don't want to. It's still bullish, but I'm going to be patient on oil because I'm looking for a correction, a quite significant correction like this, Oil can continue upwards for sure, but I'm not going to be interested in taking this oil trade because I need a nice correction that I can see. Actually, you can buy oil to the upside, but I want a nice correction that is nice. So I'll pull back to this area or this area, just that I'm not comfortable with oil. I want a significant correction before I'm going to be taking the trade for a buy. But oil overall is looking bullish. Then the next pair that I'm going to be checking is what is Euro GDP doing? Euro GDP, on the other hand, this is what I'm looking at on Euro GDP. On the monthly time frame, Euro GDP was looking like quite bullish. I was expecting a continuation to the upside, but the market actually failed. You have a close above monthly candle, bullish, engulfing candle, close above monthly candle. But the weekly, you see why I say the weekly candle is very important. This is a structural region. This is a head, this is a left shoulder, and this is a right shoulder, and this is the neckline. And you know that the principle of price action state that the break above the retest of the neckline, then we're going to have a continuation to the downside. That's what I'm looking at on GDP JPY. So GDP, Euro GDP. So this ahead, this ahead, this is a left shoulder, and this is a right shoulder break and continuation to the downside. However, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking for a retest around this region, the major zone region around this area, then for continuation to the downside. So I'm looking at two areas though, looking at this area or this area. So I'm kind of expecting that price should push up to this area. That's why I put my entrance around this region, push towards this area, and then drop towards the downside. That might take on Euro GDP. So multiple correction around this area, multiple consolidation around this area, just like Euro USD. I think Euro GDP is almost doing the same as Euro USD. So multiple consolidation around this area. Sometimes the price will just push up towards this area, tap this area, then drop. Sometimes we're going to have a series of correction around this area or consolidation before it drops. So either way, we're going to be expecting to take this trade. So the next pair that I'm going to be checking is BTC. What is BTC doing? BTC will come back to the monthly time frame. What is the monthly candle doing on BTC? What am I seeing on BTC? I'm seeing this as a push towards the downside, push up, push towards the downside, push up. This is looking like a next push towards the upside. That's what I'm seeing on BTC as of the moment. This is a structural region. This is a major level. Then when we come back to our weekly time frame, our weekly time frame is looking bullish as of the moment. Price is currently testing. This is not a continuation to the upside as of the moment. Maybe we're going to come back to form a base. So I'm looking at this price to be something like this as of the moment. This is not yet a base. Before the price is going to continue upwards, it's going to form a base around this area. Then for a continuation, for a continuation to the upside. So I'm looking for a base. So I'm expecting, you see the way that the consolidation happened around this area. How many candle was formed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candle was formed around this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 candles here, 6, 7, 8. So we have like 3 more weeks consolidation for this market to be ready. So basically break of the counter trend line, we're going to have a continuation to the downside. Then the next thing that we're going to be doing is on the daily time frame. What is the daily time frame saying? We're looking at what the price did in the previous correction. This is quite clean as well. We have a break above, then we have a continuation to the downside. So I'm expecting a series of consolidation here. There's still space for the market to consolidate around this region, just like this. Then for a push towards the downside, break and a close retest, and you're going to have a continuation to the downside. So that's my take on just like this, the way the market tested. It's not a base. This is not a base. This is not the way the market reversed. when the market wants to reverse, it's going to give us a base. This is not yet a base. This is just looking like this. This is just looking like a correction for continuation to the downside. So that's my take on BTC. The next pair that I'm going to be looking at is what pair is left to talk about. We have AUD New Zealand. AUD New Zealand is looking very, very strongly bullish as of the moment. So we have a series of consolidation around this area, then we have a correction around this area, then we have a push towards the upside. So as of the moment, we're looking very, very bullish. I don't know if we can still take advantage of this trade. Then we come back for a weekly. This could be the monthly major zone has almost been broken, not yet broken because we did not have a close above yet. This is looking very, very bullish as of the moment, but I'm still looking for a weekly correction just like this, correction like this. This is bullish as of the moment. I'm kind of still looking for a weekly correction towards the downside. Yeah, it's going to be nice to see, but this is a close above weekly time frame, but it's not a proper close above because we can just easily have a bearish candle towards the downside. So if this is a close above, I'm going to be looking for the price to come somewhere here for a proper close above, then a retest, then a continuation to the upside. So for now, because we are around the major zone region, we are major level region, so I'm going to be staying away from this pair because this is not a proper close above of this pair, even if it's a weekly time frame. It's not a proper close above. So if it's a proper close above, then I'm going to be looking for a significant push towards the upside, then a correction. This can easily turn bearish as of the moment. So I'm going to be looking what the pair is going to be doing during the week. Then I'm going to be putting analysis and my entry and my exit. So the next pair that I'm going to be checking what is left, I've already talked about US 30, JPY basket, GDP, GDP, JPY, and other pairs. So that's my take on this pair, and that's what I'm going to be looking at for this week. So we're going to see how the market is going to play out, but there is no, depending other than I'm going to be placing, I already stated. So there is no market execution as of the moment that I can see. But if I see any market execution, I will let you guys know as well. So that's the end of my analysis for the week.